Hey everyone, welcome back. I'm one of the coaches of Unga Academy, and today we're going to be talking about the rules of two strategies for feeder cattle. But before we start, I invite you to subscribe to our channel, click on the notification bell, and leave a like for this video to support our work. Thank you so much. Hi, we are the Unga Academy, and we teach traders how to make money in the markets. Our founder, Andrea Unga, had been struggling with trading for years until he developed his automated trading method, which he used to become the only 4-time world trading champion. Subscribe to our channel for free tips and tricks. This week, we're going to talk about the rules at the basis of these two strategies for the feeder cattle. As you know, feeder cattle also belongs to the futures market, but is much smaller and less known and traded than the other futures. Just think that on average 4,000 to 6,000 contracts are exchanged each day, which are really few if compared, for example, to the S&P 500 with millions of contracts exchanged every day. This obviously involves a higher slippage risk when we backtest our strategies. So when we trade illiquid markets such as this one, we need to have an adequate average trade in order to be protected from the risk of slippage that certainly arises when operating live on this market. The strategies we're going to talk about are both trend following. This is a market that, like other commodities, is perfect for this kind of strategy. Let's start with the first strategy that I'd like to show you today. Now, we built it in 2018 and it has managed to benefit from the movements in this market over the past year. This strategy opens both long and short positions equally. The rules, or better the trigger, to open the long positions is the breakout of the high of the current session. And vice versa for the short positions, we enter at the breakout of the low of the current session. Clearly, when you use triggers that, as in this case, are calculated on the current session, we absolutely need a time window, so the strategy won't open any trades in the first few bars of the market. Otherwise, for example, in the first bar, the high and the low of the day would be the same as the open of the day because, well, there wouldn't have been enough time for the high and the low to develop. So just be careful. The strategy starts working from 10:30, 2 hours after the beginning of the session, and this allows the two levels to develop properly. However, you'll see that even in the very first bar, there could be some interesting movements. The strategy report was really very positive in 2021, so the year that has just closed. Both the equity of the long trades and the equity of the short trades, although a little bit less in the last phase, did very well. Maybe the curve of the short trades was better in the first part, and the curve of the long trades did better afterwards. But overall, the strategy behaved really very well in the low drawdowns. In fact, this is a market that can be approached also with small capital, and you can even use stop losses of $400 to $500 when you trade it. So let's take a look at the yearly results as well, since 2021 has just ended. The strategy made a profit over $18,000 with 73 trades. The average trade is pretty generous. But please keep in mind, as mentioned earlier, that to successfully trade this market, well, you need an average trade of at least $150. In this case, we have as much as $260. As mentioned earlier, it has been particularly lucky this year for this sector. It is not the norm, but let's just say that even $150 of average trade could be more than enough. Let's move on to the next strategy. Now, this is also a trend-following strategy, and it too will enter on a break of the high or low of the current session. Here again, there will be a time window. In this case, we'll start only half an hour later, just to have the breakout of the very first bar, which is very indicative on this market. The strategy has also worked very well. We developed it in early 2021. As you can see, it also has a very good average trade. The equity line is very good as well. The curve of the long trades is good, and that of the short trades, well, is even better than the other. Overall, at the end of the year, this strategy has also managed, in its first year out of sample, to make very good profits. So guys, why not give it a try too? These are very simple ideas to code, and you can definitely benefit from them. We hope that this video has helped you. Please leave your feedback in the comments below. And also don't forget to give us a like, subscribe to our channel, and click on the notification bell to stay updated on the release of all our new videos. In addition, in the description of this video, we're going to leave you a link to a free webinar by the 4-time world trading champion Andrea Unga, who will explain step by step how you can also become successful with trading systems. And with that, thank you again, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.